Hi, thanks for joining us for our free demo on building a wire coil by hand. I'm Lisa Niven Kelly, and I'm going to give you a quick and dirty overview on coiling. First of all, we're going to have the camera back a little bit so you can see the motion I'm going to do with coiling, and then we're going to bring it in pretty close so you can actually see the coil being built. And I'm going to go over lots of tricks and lots of tools you can use to help out in the process. I'm going to be coiling today I've got a couple feet here of 22 gauge copper wire. It's great to practice with copper because it's easy to find at your neighborhood hardware store and it's cheap. So you can perfect the process with copper. For the core wire, I'm going to use a piece of sterling because it's harder and it's a little more stable for coiling on top of. This is a 22 gauge, the copper. I'm going to refer to this as my coiling wire. This is 20 gauge, the sterling. I'm going to refer to this as my core wire. Now remember, when coiling, you want to make sure you coil a thinner wire over a thicker wire, obviously. If you tried the other way, you would not succeed. You can't put an 18 gauge over a 20 gauge. Sometimes you can do the same gauge on top of same gauge, but you're going to succeed a lot more by doing a smaller gauge on top of a thicker gauge. So your coiling wire will be thinner than your core wire. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Make sure that your core wire is nice and straight. So straighten it if you need to with your fingers or perhaps with your nylon jaw pliers. Just get it nice and straight. This actually even hardens it a little bit so it will stay straight and not get all mangled up in your hand. Now for my coiling wire, I start with any given piece, a manageable piece of wire. This is about 2 feet, and I'm going to start in the middle because then I only have this much to work with. And once I'm finished coiling this down, I'm going to flip over and coil the other side down. So a couple mistakes people make is they'll start coiling way back here because they figure they're building this way, so they're going to need that space. But if you do that while you're coiling, you're just going to poke yourself in the arm with your core wire. So start down here towards the end, and as you need more space, scoot your coil. And if you're not able to scoot your coil, that means you're coiling too tight, so you're going to need to problem solve there. So I folded it in half. I have enough wire over here to just hold still in my left hand. This is my stabilizing hand. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do most of the motion with my right hand. So out here on my coiling wire, I hold it about 3 inches out, sort of turn it a little bit so it rotates in my fingers like a handle. But you don't want to hold it so that it doesn't turn. You need it to rotate. Again, you're not going to be able to see the coil build up right now. I just mainly want to show you the motion of my hands. So I'm holding it still here in my left hand. If this wire was shorter, I would maybe wrap it around my finger to stabilize it. And I coil away from myself, trying to get the wraps right next to each other. You want to coil away from yourself because you can get much more power that way rather than coming towards yourself and punching yourself in the face each time. So away from yourself and more power and more speed as well, and ergonomically it's better for you. So again, you want to be able to move your coil on the wire, and you can see the motion here. Now I'm going to bring the camera in a little tighter now so you can see the coil actually being built up. Here's my coil so far from what you saw me doing from back off a little bit. The camera doesn't want to totally focus on that small coil, so I'm coming a little closer. You can at least see that they're tight. And again, I've got this in my left hand here, nice and stable, and out here, I'm going to continue to coil. So watch as they line up, coiling away from myself, shifting as I need to. I want to show you a couple of tricks. This is a total over-exaggeration, but I want to show you that I almost go like this. See how I'm kind of almost overlapping it there? By doing that, because this is round wire, it'll take this wire and butt it right up against those existing coils and lay right down next to it. So I don't do it that drastic, I just did it that way to show you. But if you keep that in mind, that little trick, it'll get them nice and tight. Got a couple gaps there, but that's okay. Now instead of continuing with this coil, I'm going to pretend like this piece is done. And I'm going to show you now how to flip it over and work on the other side.